Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go over Dropbox setup. So, not the first thing, that's the only thing I'm doing in this video. So you've clicked on that, so obviously you've gotten to that part. I'm going to go back to the home, go here, and on that first day handout, if you remember in the other video, there was a link. So you can click this link. Okay, sometimes you have to control click it and then say allow. And this will bring you into Dropbox. Okay. Now I have a terabyte of space. Dropbox gives you 2 gigabytes of space, which is plenty for this class. So don't think that you're going to need, more than that. So I'm just going to log out of my account, and then let me just click back on that again. There we go. So this is basically saying you've been invited to try Dropbox. So you type in your name. So I'm just going to type in my name, Sean Sarcona, and actually, I have to make up an email address here. Hold on. Got it. Okay. So every semester I have to redo this because I have create a new email account every time. So otherwise it knows who I am. So sean.sarcona@gmail. So just a temporary one that I just created just for this. Agree to the Dropbox terms, sign up for a free account. No, I don't need to save that right now. Cool. So, sure, I'll save that. So when you set up your Dropbox account, it'll say, do you want to download Dropbox to your computer? And you definitely want to do that because this is the part that makes it really awesome. You don't necessarily have to do this, but for what I use it for, I think it's fantastic. And I've never had an issue with it. Like, if you're worried about security issues, I typically keep it in one folder and nobody goes in that folder except for the stuff that I want to upload or download or whatever. So you could run this and whatever, and it'll open it up. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Dropbox.com. There we go. And this is a way to get more space. So right now, like I said, if I click on my name, I have 2 gigs of space. So if you follow this, you can connect your Google account, add a file, share a link, share a folder, invite friends, or download the Dropbox mobile app. And all of these things will give you more space. Each one gives you an extra 500 megabytes. So if you look at this, you have 2 gigs, you have 3 gigs, 4 gigs, 5.5 gigs, okay? So 5.5 gigs for doing that stuff is pretty sweet. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to go to sharing, and we're going to make a brand new share folder. Dropbox, we need to verify your email. Yes. So let me just go verify this, and then I'll be right back. So I'm just verifying my email. There we go. All right, so now it's verified. Done. Okay. So now I can go back to my sharing folder, make a new share folder. Okay, so I'd like to create and share a new folder. And the name of this folder has to be very specific. So I want your last name. So in this case, it's going to be Sarcona. And then 1320. And then the semester. So this is winter 17. So Sarcona 1320 winter 17. And for the 2, share it with sarconas@macomb.edu. And make sure it's on I don't need to edit it, but it definitely is nice to be able to edit it, because if you make changes, or if I make changes to it, I can save it right into the same folder, and then you'll get those changes. So let's say your web buttons, you pick the wrong colors or something. I can change the colors, save it as a new version, and then you'll be able to see those changes right away. Okay. But if you're leery about that, then you can just say view, and that's perfectly fine. So then you just hit share. Okay, so now I have this folder here that is now shared with the teacher. Okay, so if I go to my Dropbox folder, there we go. So now it's shared with me. So now if I go to my Dropbox folder, which is right here, and then I say open my Dropbox folder. This is the app that you get if you install the thing. You get this app, and it automatically locks your stuff in, which is awesome. So here's the folder. There's daily drawings. That's not the right folder. It hasn't synced yet. That's why it's not loading. So this is all the stuff that I keep in mind. And the neat thing is that as I upload stuff, it's available anywhere. So anywhere I go, I can access these files. So even if you're at the school, you can save your stuff to a Dropbox folder, and then you can get to it pretty much anywhere. There we go. All right, so it took a second to update that. So now if I go to my folder, boop, boop, there it is, okay? So now when I, your teacher, looks at the folder, I can see it, okay? And what's cool about this is that as a student, I can populate this with all the assignments, and then when the teacher goes to grade it, it's automatically right there, which is super sweet, okay? So you've gone to Dropbox, you've created a share folder, you've called it this, you've shared it with me, the instructor. Then you want to go into this folder right here, and you want to make subfolders, okay? One for basically each assignment. So if I go to the first day handout, right here, I'm going to make a web page assets folder. So I switch back to this. You can right click too, which is awesome. Web page assets. Cool. Photography, right click, new folder. Cool. Image manipulation. And what's nice about this is that as you go on to the semester, your folder's already created. It's not like you need to like rebuild them from scratch. Oops. 3D texture. Okay, and call them the names that I have here. If you wouldn't put creation, that's no big deal, but if you put something different, I'm not going to have any idea what it is. Caricature. I need to minimize this because I'm running out of room. Organic drawing. And then the next one is product drawing. And then the next one is photo collage. Now you'll see inside here, there's several for photo collage. This is all one assignment, and it's all the stuff that goes into it, okay? So we made one photo collage, and inside that photo collage, we're gonna have these, no, not the final folder, but these other 4 folders. So I'm gonna go into photo collage, and I'll right click and say upload, nope, not upload. Right click and say new folder, and I'll say planning stage 1. Now, for some reason I thought I put A or something. Stage 1. New folder, planning stage, oops, photo collage. Right click, new folder, stage 2. Oh, I put stage 1 too. It's not planning. That's why I did wrong. There's stage 1, stage 2. And there's planning, and then thumbnails. There we go. Okay. So then we can go back to that. And then I'll make another new folder. And this one we call daily drawing. And tear sheet. Right click again. New folder. Tear sheet. Okay. So this is all of the assignments that we're going to be doing. So like I was showing in the first day one, let's say I'm doing a drawing. So I would come in here and I would do a drawing. And I'm doing my 15 minutes, so I set my timer, and I'm not researching for 15 minutes or for 14 minutes and then drawing something for a minute. I'm just kind of drawing something. So whatever I see in my room, like right now there's a microphone. So here's my microphone. There's a little leg body thing on it. Okay, it doesn't have to be precise. It's not, you're not graded on that. It's literally like, have you done it? Yep, you've done it. Good. And don't spend hours on these. This isn't meant to be an hour-long assignment. This is meant to be a doodle. It's meant to get you back in the habit of doodling. There's a little leg sticking out there. And this side has another little leg sticking out here. That. And there's this thing there, the little light there. Maybe I'll switch colors just for fun. Switching colors is always fun. There we go. actually upside down, whatever. Okay, so I did my stuff here, and I'm going to save it. Now, because I downloaded the app, it links to a folder on my computer. So I've specified where I want that folder to be. And so now, there it is. I can go to my daily drawing, and I will call this one 010717 daily. Okay, and so now when I come into here, this is my Dropbox webpage folder. I go to daily drawing. It's not there at the moment, but you'll see that it pops in the second it uploads. Okay, so bigger files that are like gigabytes big is going to take some time to upload. Files that are smaller like this one should take only a few seconds. So that as the instructor, I can come in here and say, did that guy turn in his stuff? Let me see. I'm going to open my Dropbox folder. There's that Sarcona guy. There's that daily drawing folder. Oh, there's his drawing. Cool. And then I will literally do this. I will open it up. I will say, gorgeous. And I will put a little mark saying, yep, you did a drawing for today. Okay. It's not a precise thing. I've had people draw just circles and lines the entire semester. And that's fine, but push yourself to draw more if you can. Okay. And if you do set up the app, it'll guide you through like where do you want to save your stuff to, and then that's where you should be working off of. Okay. I typically have, just so you can see it on my desktop, I typically have a P drive where I throw all of my stuff. Okay, so here's my 1320 stuff. Here's my work folder. And this is where I work off of all of my things. So it's always good to have a work folder that you work off of all your stuff. And then whenever I'm done with my work stuff, then I will copy it into my Dropbox turn-in folder. Okay. All right, so that's how you set up your Dropbox. So I recommend also going through and doing these little steps here. You can see how I have these little extra check boxes, so I've gotten some more space. Link with Google, so I can connect with my Google account. There we go. I verified it, imported my contacts. They've sent emails to all my friends and emptied their bank accounts. So that's cool. I can share a link. I can invite friends. I can download the app. Download Dropbox, whatever. Okay. So that's how you use Dropbox, and it is incredibly helpful. And I definitely recommend using Dropbox. I'm a Google guy, and I love using Google products. But for what we're doing with this, it works perfectly, and I've used it semester after semester, and it's pretty flawless. The only issue you may have is if you shut your computer off right after you save something to your Dropbox folder. Like right after, let's say I do my organic drawing, I drop a file in here and I shut my computer off right away. There's no time for it to upload. So you have to make sure you leave your computer on until it uploads. There's a little green checkbox here, meaning it's done. If there's a blue arrow, that means it's syncing. So you have to wait till that's done. All right, so coolio. So now you know how to create a Dropbox. If you do get stuck, obviously let me know. Typically no one's gotten stuck before, but there's always a first. There definitely won't be a last time or a last of anything, so cool.